heaven above, but I'd ask for you to stay. All you could give me, some of your time, and all I'm asking is come and waste mine. I'll take less than I need. Get down on my knees and plead. It's always more than I deserve, that I'd leave too if I had the nerve. But I'm just asking for you to stay. Oh, I'm just asking for you to stay. Eulogize me in a song I'll never hear. Lay my bones to rest with your fear. Nothing else can move these roots. Nothing but your withheld truth. No stones unturned, every letter burned. I read and reread every word, and I was misheard. So I'll get out of this shallow grave, wash my claim from your name. Oh, disguise me inside cryptid prose, caught between.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Lotus Fire Showroom. My name is Pyrus Maniverse, and that's right, we're live once again today with Astlibra Revision. We're out of love, but we're gonna go collect more very quickly so that we can give it to this random person who we thought we knew, but she cooked us murder bread, so maybe we don't love her, or maybe she doesn't love us the way we love her. I think I lost myself in that sentence. That was not a coherent, like, thought process at all. Anyway. No, don't. Sorry, Kuro. It's Shiro's turn, okay? Sure, where are the earrings? Basically, we need to go collect love. And in order to do so, we're gonna do so. Yep. I am thinking. That was actually very purpose. Alright. Oh, I definitely want to have my Force Magnet active. We do not need to be super MLG right now. So what I'm going to do Is we're gonna take off all the stuff that makes it really hardcore to play the game, right? I don't need that. And because we have all the equipment in the game, I don't really need to fight for it. There's only like one season, right? Yeah, Freeman got into some controversy recently. Because it operates off this concept that, like, well, part of its plot depends on, like, the trope that says a species can be all evil, which is super bioessentialist and, like, kind of gross. The demons, yeah. The problem is the way that is the fact that they're built like that, that they are unequivocally and without doubt all evil, no matter what you say. And even if you use, like, oh yeah, but it's because they're not really a species, they're just monsters that, like, or they're not races, they're just monsters that learn to prey on humans, you're still making a sentient being, like... she's about to fight Aura where I'm at. They killed the executors. She has said multiple times they're just monsters that learn how to speak like humans. I'm watching an episode right now where Flam picked up, like it's a flashback where she picked up Freeman. That it doesn't matter because at the core of the being, they are humanoids that are sentient, and the writer made the active decision to make them all evil, the same way orcs and dark elves are in D&D, or were. They're able to converse. They have thought processes. They're intelligent beings with sentience. It doesn't matter because if you consider it in a real-world allegory, which, by the way, Freeren's plot is cycled, like, centered around the fact that she wants to eliminate them all anyway. It is! There's the whole grief thing, but for 3 whole episodes, it's all, oh, I want to eliminate all the demons. All demons should die. Flam's entire concept in that episode in the background is like, I want all demons dead as well. Like, that was her whole thought process before the Demon King. Because, of course, they've suffered and their villages or hometowns have been destroyed, not, like, eliminating whatever hate they might feel towards them, fine, but, like, if their plan and their desires are to eliminate an entire thing, thinking that these things will not develop further because they are beasts, where and how does that sound like, historically speaking, as an allegory to the real world? And that's why it's gotten flack online. Well, name them. The yokai? They're not sentient. Also, usually they stem, most spirits and such stem from, actually I'm not sure, I don't want to speak out of turn off, a mythology that I'm not very familiar with, so I can't say, but It's just people are kind of tired, and for the same reason, orcs being all evil and all drow being evil for no good reason other than to just drow. It just has bad historical background. Well, no. I'm also still watching the show, you know what I mean? But, like, I told you it caught some flack, and I'm like, that's why. That is the why. And I kind of agree with why that's a thing. It's not necessarily the fault of Frieren specifically, so much as this tired trope of, like, that we refuse to grow out of as, like, fantasy writers. As a society. You can have clear bad guys. It just is kind of shallow, you know what I mean? I don't think that's necessarily wrong. It's just... I think... I don't know. I think that it can be because in the cases of a lot of fantasy races, they're based off of real-world cultures. So if you're going to make a fantasy race all evil and then you're going to base them off a real-world culture, it's kind of hard to miss the why you shouldn't do that. I'm not quite sure that's accurate, but I don't know. I haven't seen them, but it could be something as small as, like, they have cultural aspects, which if they're just monsters with no sentience, it's easy to believe that they won't do that. If the... Yeah, I told you that, yeah. I don't think so. Is that the one with the kid? The child demon? I don't know, because even that one I'm like, that one's a bit... It's very iffy because we're led to believe, oh, she did it because she's a predator, and up until the last moment where the demon goes, mommy, because humans react a specific way, you're like, man, this could be, you know, 50-50, right? But if it wasn't for that last sentence of hers, I would have argued very hard that, like, no, she was trying to do something that she just hadn't understood yet. And that's by design, of course, but I don't... Well, except it's not a predatory thing. It was like a self-survival thing. It was weird. Yes, but not in defense. Like, generally predators don't develop... that's not... I'm not sure. Anyway, I did see that episode. I don't think that tells us anything about actual demon culture, though. And that's... because we know they have a culture. We can't say they don't. They have, well, no, even, not just that, like, we know, we haven't seen much, I haven't seen much specifically from them, but, like, in terms of culture, but we know they have a culture because they have titles like 7 Demon Saints, they have a king, they have, that still implies that they are able to develop culture. Yes, the Demon King's castle, the, but that still means that they're capable of developing, like, culture, which means that they're capable of, they have sentience. Now, that culture doesn't seem to be based off of anything other than, like, general medieval Europeanism, I guess, but... You mean like humans? Well, no, but like all I'm saying is that if you can like, we can't on one hand say they're just monsters that are just monsters and will only do monster things, and then look at what they do in the anime and be like, but they band together the way humans did, and they like quote unquote emulate human culture. I don't think emulating human culture would lead to creating a kingdom or an army or, you know, just to eat. I mean, one spell too. That is that I'm 100% sure that's a reference to a real world culture actually. No, because they're not born the same way, but that's normal. That's not to be like... It's like this jumble of like, oh, but they're just monsters, but also they do all these things that are different from humans or different from what we see as elves, humans, and whatever, that develop by themselves. Like, you can't say... It doesn't make evolutionary sense for a species of monsters to go, we're just gonna master one spell our entire... Long life, too. They live like elf long, don't they? My entire life just working on this one spell... and then just use that. It doesn't. Sure, most of them are used in combat. So like the blood spell that we see and the combat spell that is her being able to like basically Sharingan. And then Aura has the scales. That's an artifact. That's not her power. Yeah. No, I haven't seen that yet. That's like next episode, probably. So, like, I think that by merit of them developing their culture, you can't just say they're not sentient, and by saying that they're sentient, you can't reasonably say all of them are evil. And that's where I'm like, that's where the anime itself is catching flack, and that's where I'm like, yeah, I kind of see it, and I understand the why. I think it would be a much more interesting storyline for them to be predators that require human flesh, or just eating humans. We don't even know how they eat them, I guess, because I haven't seen them. But I've seen that we've seen them kill them, but we've never seen them eat them, to my knowledge. Is it mana? I guess they would absorb the mana. Because like the girl that killed the mayor, I don't think she ate the body. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the decapitated guards that we see in town that, like, none of them consume, so it's like, we're being told they're this, and they don't... The storyline doesn't show it. I think that this attempt to make this species evil, only evil, really falls apart when you read into it too much. I think it'd be easy to see the manga, but people are still arguing that it doesn't change in the manga, so it's whatever. It's a failure of the genre. Above and beyond, I think. Rather, it's a crutch of the genre. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Yeah. Yeah, I was under. Someone mentioned that that Qual had like some form of precognition, and he like says, "Oh, an elf's gonna kill us all, so kill the elves." Yeah. Which I'm like, again, we've got the Flam backstory. One of the demons, the general, like literally said that, so I was like, yeah, okay. Not the general, the demons that attack them on the road. I'm like at the point where they're um they they're generals. They haven't mentioned yet, right? They showed up. Oh, they did because Flam's like, oh, I'm gonna show you how to do this. She conceals her and then she one shots them. I'm like, yeah, I saw that coming. Goku did that 40 years ago. But yeah, I was like, yeah. I don't know if they mentioned they were generals. She does say like they're stronger than the general that Frieren killed. Oh, yeah, they do have like the helmets and stuff. Yeah, they look like the judges from Final Fantasy 12 with like teeth on their masks instead of just a mask. So she now remembers what she did as Anubis. Yes, but see, that kind of mentality... One of the reasons that I argued so hard about, like, orcs and stuff back in the day, and that people kept talking about orcs and stuff, is that when you take these all-evil races and you pretend that they exist in the vacuum, like, in a vacuum, it doesn't. It, like... This sounds a bit, like, weird to say, I guess, but it's very... It has this tendency to, like, have people who aren't understanding that it's just media, either from a conscious or a subconscious standpoint, and then they'll see the traits that you see in those evil races, and they will immediately assume that you are either evil like those races or all other things. Like, part of the argument for Dungeons and Dragons dropping racial traits that give negative modifiers was because by basing orc culture in so many, like, specific real-world cultures, and then giving them a negative intelligence, it has this mentality that we've seen, or that we believe that we've seen, correspond with, like, oh, you're black, you probably have less intellect, right? That's a real-world problem that people still think. And because orc culture in D&D was so much tied into either black, like, African culture, African tribal culture specifically, is like the tribes of Africa. They just kind of hodgepodge pieces of like multiple different tribes together. Yeah, I think that's the thing, is like media doesn't exist in a vacuum, so it's hard to just isolate it, you know what I mean? Yeah, the series itself is supposed to be revolving around like this like, I was hoping it was gonna go more into like this less serious quest that Frieren takes to like fulfill the final wishes of her ex-compatriots. That's the kind of story I wanted to see. Whether or not it stays like that, I'm not sure. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, and I love those kind of stories. Legends and Lattes, same thing. Well, Epic Journey is a big word for Legends and Lattes, but like similar concept. It's post-adventure, etc., etc. I personally want to write a story like that. Very, very similar, unfortunately. In theme, I believe. Well, I say unfortunately. I really like Legends and Lattes themes, and I kind of want to like do something that focuses more on like grief, personally. From a story perspective, but post-quest grief, I guess, because like the amount of questing parties that lose characters in the last leg is incredibly high. No matter how you, well, I mean, just because that's how stories usually end, right? You kind of need this climax, and if everyone survives in these epic stories, it doesn't really make sense. So like Frodo losing a finger, and Boromir and Faramir kind of having a bad time in Lord of the Rings. Who do we lose in Lord of the Rings? Actually, we don't really lose any of the main party. Yeah, well, that's early on. I don't know. I think more effective was funny enough, The Hobbit, because in that you lose like half the, or like 3 dwarves. Yeah, but he didn't die. Yes, but he didn't die. No, and I think, funny enough, in the movie, we see Killy-Philly and, like, a bunch of the dwarves die. Because the third Hobbit movie, right, you see all this, you see the war, right? The fight, the 5-way war, or whatever they called it, the Battle of 5 Armies. Yeah. No. No, because there is no fight with the dragon. There's it's not just the dragon, because they beat the dragon at... Yeah, the orcs show up and try to take over, the goblins, the giant worms. Like, it's a big thing. And it makes sense, because in the original Hobbit novel, which I read, by the way, that battle happens, but it does not get described the same way. You don't get a beat-by-beat, like, description, else the freaking book would have been twice as big. This novel wasn't supposed to be that kind of story. No, but what happens in the book is they give you, like, oh, they got the treasure, they beat Smaug, then the then the war started, they had negotiations. Here's the death count. Like, these are the dwarves that died, and then Bilbo went home. Like, it was like a post-mortem more than like an actual description of the battle. Which, like, would not fly in today's day and age, I don't think. But for The Hobbit, which, you know, Tolkien is someone who not invented, but like popularized this genre way down the line. It makes sense that this is how he wrote it, because that's just how he saw it. He didn't really... I don't think he wanted to glorify war either. Tolkien had this mindset that, like... If I recall correctly, they were written, like, post-World War II? No, pre-World War II, post-World War I. And The Hobbit was published after, but was written before The Lord of the Rings. So, like, Tolkien was, like... Tolkien did not like the war. He was very much against what happened with the war. And he wrote with his knowledge of how the war was in his mind. So you can tell that, like, I don't think he wanted to glorify the battles at all. And he does a pretty decent job in Lord of the Rings to, like, make you feel like the battles are gruesome and nasty and harsh, without giving us a beat by beat. Like, you don't get the... I don't think you get the, haha, I beat, I've taken out this many, how many have you taken out, elf, in, like, the novels. That's kind of, like, added stuff for the screenplay, which... Yeah. So, like, with that in mind, it makes sense, then, that, it wasn't in the book, yeah. Yeah. I think I think we get the sense in the novels that, like, after big battles like that, of course, people who fought and survived on the same side are going to be closer than they were at the beginning. Yeah, he's on the book though. Gimli's also alive, the baby that we see in his. Yeah. Key? What the hell's a key ability? Does his dad die? Rough, buddy. Infinite unlocking, that's... actually pretty dang good. We know Thorin dies, that's pretty obvious. Gilly and Philly both die, if I recall. Who doesn't exist in the book, yeah. That is Killy, he dies. They're all old, just because they have white hair doesn't mean anything, it's their genetics. Oh yeah, they're right, they have a veteran of a previous battle there, yeah. Thorin's father's like right-hand man, if I recall correctly. Isn't he Thorin's uncle or like godfather too? Yeah. Well, because he's a war veteran that's been in combat and can still fight, so he knows when and where to get out. Most of the characters that die in the movie, they die from like not necessarily like decisions that they could have avoided, but like sacrifices or choices that definitely saved someone else instead of them. Right? Things like that. There's also the one guy that rides a boar, which like we know about in the book, but we don't see, like, again, we don't get the beat by beat, right? It just kind of happens. I'm like, hey, let's go. Oh baby, it's Gojira! Yeah, it's basically someone running a second D&D campaign. It's like the DM went, yeah, I'm gonna run a second campaign. It takes place about 80 years after the events of the first one, and everybody's like, I'm playing someone that dies in 80 years. And then the elf player's like, I'm not. He's middle-aged now, or like just above maybe old, yeah. Because he's like, I've got my bones creaking and stuff, I can't do this. My muscles hurt. Yeah. No, he's just tired. He's just at the point where he wants to settle down, probably, and like he doesn't want to do this stuff anymore. Yeah. Can't touch the plane. Surprised we haven't seen one for Himmel yet, actually. Yeah. Yep. You're dead. That's it. You're boned. Yep. You get Astride when you're broken. Game over, friend. That's all she wrote. Well, I was telling Jim the other day, like, I need to, like, be in the mood to watch it because it's a very pensive anime. Right now, there's some action scenes, so I don't have to worry too much about it. But, like, it's a very thinky anime, like, or at the beginning, it's more like you gotta understand how things feel, you gotta, like, not like it's an intelligent required one, you gotta be in the right mindset to think about why they feel this way, because they don't write everything out for you, right? And I think that's good, it's part of the quality of the show, but you can't just watch, like, that when you're wanting to have junk food, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's moods for all sorts of stuff, and I think that if I sit down for Freeran when I want to watch something that's like JoJo or just Don, it's not gonna come all. I'm not gonna like it. You don't. Well, it's less an issue, more just a fact that like I'm not like I'm in that point now. I want to watch it. I'm like I should be watching this. I want to enjoy it, etc., right? Yeah, it's very slow to begin with, I think, at the beginning. It's all it begins to when you start the anime, it feels like it's gonna be all about grief, and it's like, maybe I'm not in that mood right now because I am depressed. Yeah. I want it to be all about grief. I like the this aspect that like you're seeing the post time skip world, right? Like everything's leaving stuff behind, and Freeman isn't left behind necessarily, but she's seeing things and she's like, whoa, like 80 years ago this statue was fresh and newly built and they took care of it all the time and they've already forgotten about it when I blinked. Like for her it's an eye blink, right? This aspect of the anime that you're looking at like an immortal essentially go through life looking at us. It's not like fully new. This idea of an immortal that doesn't want to like, or that sees the world change becomes, sorry, that sees the world change and therefore becomes so like disconnected from it because they can't follow, isn't something that's fully new. It's not something we see a lot, but it's coupled with the fact that she was with these people and she saw them die, or she's seeing them die one after the other, and we as the viewer are forced to like imagine what we would do in her shoes, and we can't because we don't have the same mindset she does. She didn't say she was pregnant. She said it while we were gone. Yes. Sorry. We're like doing the true ending part, and to get the true ending part, you need to like get through this character's backstory. Whoa, she's like being weird and edgy now. Good lord. Yeah, it immediately, like, 5 first minutes of the anime, like, oh, let's see this again in 50 years, I'll be back. And he's like, oh, Freeman never change. And she's like, and then she comes back and he's like half his size, a doddering old man. Right? Yeah. No, she's like, of course, I don't think she recognizes him immediately, but she doesn't react to his aging because she's like, yeah, he's a human, of course he aged, right? It's this concept that, like, there's a disconnect for her when he says it's 50 years from now. She's like, oh, it's not that long. And he's like, whatever you say, Freeman. I feel like the star thing was supposed to be a romantic attempt or whatever, and she's just dense as hell. She also acts like a freaking 12-year-old sometimes, because she's technically still a child or a teenager in terms of elf age, if I understand correctly. She's young for her age. For her species, for her race. Oh yeah, okay, makes sense. She's not as mature as most of... Well, she was raised by humans for the most part. Yeah, but then, like, she looks a lot younger during the scenes with Flam. And I'm like, oh, I wouldn't say she's a child, but she's definitely younger. And she's like 1,000 by the events of the anime? Give or take a couple hundred years, maybe? And Flam finds her 1,000 years prior to the events of the anime, so she's like less than 100 years old by then, I think. Yeah, I know. I know. They've said so already early on in the first episode, I'm pretty sure. But, like, I'm saying, if she is... Why are you drifting? If she's 1,000, just a little over 1,000, or just a couple hundred years over 1,000... If she hasn't hit her first 1,000 by the time Flam finds her, it makes sense that she looks like younger or a teenager, right? And she's mentioned that 10 years isn't even 1/100th of her lifespan, which I'm like, okay, what's your lifespan? Because then we can kind of figure out how old you're supposed to be at 1,000 years old, right? We did Shiro both versions. We've done, okay, I guess we'll start with Gao again. Oh yeah. How can you put more than 1,000 candles on a cake? Like, holy crap. Jesus. When I pick this level, it's got water. Yes, you've mentioned this. You've mentioned this, yes. Yeah, because they're all getting killed left and right by demons. She did mention this, yes. They don't get, like, the biological desire to reproduce. Yeah, I mean, several thousand years is kind of ridiculous. Built. Well, assumedly had to fight demons to survive for a bit, so yeah. Gets his part. Well, yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we don't see a little bit more of her grief, because early when we see the scene where she's like talking to when Heiter, not Heiter, Heisen asks her, hey, why do you not why don't you plan on taking an apprentice? And she's like, well, they would just die. I'm like, does that not imply that she'd be sad about it? Like, but she doesn't say, like, I don't want to get connected to it. It's just, they just die. Like, why would I give them my knowledge when, in fact, I would carry the knowledge further than they would, right? Heiter asks her, yeah. He's such a goober, I kind of like him. Every fight with Stark in it is sick as hell, too. I love, he's so goofy, like, there's the, like, I don't, oh man, the way they build up his, like, his fear as, like, oh, he's a coward, etc. He's only gonna fight for, like, he's gonna try and survive for 30 seconds. We're just gonna see him run around and stuff, right? He fights the dragon one-on-one, and you're like, what? Why are you scared if you can pull this crap off? Like, and then the demon fight where he's like, I'm outplayed, she's faster than me, etc. And then she's like, the demon's like, you're weak, you can't win, etc., etc. I'm always gonna beat you, and I'm gonna beat you with your own master's like techniques because I fought him before. And he's like, oh no, and then he's like, oh wait, I know, blah blah blah. And then there's like the bit where he, yeah, he gets hit like here, which should be fatal, and he's like, you have no weight behind your hits, and she's like, what? And then she goes to like back up, and the way that it's animated, you're convinced that she's gonna be able to because she moves and he doesn't, and then there's a freaking thunderclap. It just what? You didn't even see him swing the axe, and she's in two pieces. No, I've seen almost no lines from like. Oh, boys. Yeah, which not 100% fully her fault, but like definitely a thing that is a fact, and pointed out by Lugnir in those 3 episodes where he's like, I hate geniuses, and she was trained by a genius, and I hate geniuses, and like, yeah. So like, and you get the flashback where Flam's like, yeah, just conceal your mana, and then Freeman's like, well, everybody can do that, and Flam's like, yeah, but you won't. People won't because they respect magic or whatever. No, Freeman says nobody should do it if they respect magic, and Flam says, yes, but we love magic so much that we should be the only ones who are allowed to disrespect it by concealing our MP. And I think that that's a bit of a silly point as to why they wouldn't, but. Yeah, no, that's the main reason, and she points out that it's okay because they should be the only ones who are allowed to because they are the defenders of magic, if you will, right? And Freeman eats it up, and I'm like, that don't make no sense. I don't, but personally, I'm not in the point of view that, like, I would want to, like, hamstring myself by, like, showing my enemy my power level right off the bat. It's such a goobery, like, thought process to me because Freeman, why would you do that? And the concept is, well, because that's just how people who practice magic think. They respect the art itself, and they want to kind of, like, embrace it in every path, right? No. I got so much. Then don't. Then don't. Then don't. Where's the door? Not the door. Where's the exit? There we go. Why are there so many? Wow. A lot of green, baby. Doors? No, I don't have enough keys. Fern. Her name is Fern, like the plant, Ada. You keep calling her friend and Fran. I'm like, what do you mean? She doesn't even look like a friend. Or yeah, they say Fern or Fern, I guess probably. Fern. Yeah. This N was. Well, that was the entire point, like, early on. Like, Hyder's like, yo, this person is actually ridiculous at magic. She just has no technique, and you need to train her, otherwise you're just wasting it, right? I really wish I could like zoom out on this screen, because if you see, I don't, oh, you can't see. It literally says the name of the game like in the board. Why? No, not if you're just gonna be like suspicious like that. You are being extra suspicious. What do you mean?
Yours are as prominent as you get older. There's lines show up on your nails, and I noticed it the other day.
What line? Oh,
Prominent.
that's because you should probably eat something that, you know, reinforces your nails more. Oh, I do not remember this boss. Where did this... Oh, this is one of the demons that showed up in the yeah. Spider. I keep forgetting some of these bosses appeared in the facility. The what? Oh. Yes, you did tell me that she's not using the father figure. Important distinction. Which is wild, by the way, because in Japan, part-time jobs are actually part-time. Yeah, what's that? I don't know that. Yeah, it's a rank. Oh, hey, Gao's here. I don't know that. Hot money. Yeah. Oh. You didn't get it. Womp womp. Yeah. She doesn't think she deserves my kindness. How dare you?
So then they're sitting there, and like she just kind of whispers, but he like misses it because he's in his own thoughts at the same time. But he hears her voice and is like, "Huh? Did she say that?" She's like, "No," but she's like, "Anyway, you're way cooler in your regular clothes." I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, there was all these other moments, but it was that moment that keyed it in for me. So just her being like, yes, I forgot that. And it does not look good in fancy clothes.
Rude.
But then after that, they introduced us. Happened to be from the but she happened to be traveling around, and so she was at the dojo for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh boy, this student. But
Yeah, we live 2 freaking lifetimes. The story of this game is kind of wild, to be honest.
yeah.
It starts you off with like, oh, for some reason you wake up in like a place by yourself, and you lost all your friends. You got attacked by demons, possibly, probably, and then like your friend, this girl that you grew up with, you don't know where she went, so you try to find her, and instead you find a bird. And then they're like, oh, well, we gotta go. So you start as a kid, and then you end up being like having a 7 or 8 year walk to town, and ending up in like a place where you're like, well, we've finally got to town with civilization. Holy crap, we've been walking for so long. Now what? And then you just like find these scales that let you travel through time to change time. And I was like, okay, cool. That's gonna be the basis of the game now. And then it just. And essentially your character ends up living like 2 lifetimes, like 2 entire lifetimes. Because at the end of the game, when you finish the game, if you go back into the postscript, which is the part I'm doing now, it's the longest part of the game in my opinion. Because you just do a thing, you do a fight, and then you get told, well, now I'm going to do something to you, and then you get sent all the way back to when you were like the kid again. Except you have all your memories, and your character's like, what the hell? And the bird's like, holy crap, do you remember too? And you're like, yeah, what the fudge? And he's like, well, let's try and hurry. Maybe we can get ahead of stuff and stop people from dying the way they did, like, the first time around. And you do the whole game all over again. With less cutscenes, but... And at the same level. And then you just... Just boom. Just boom. Christ. There, he's proposing to her. Maybe.
So yeah, in the Bumpkin series, when you meet the new student, like, she manages to find a way to, like, you see her and, like, she's insisting on doing things
She said the thing.
and I'm like, you're kinda sus bucko.
Ending is changed. You're kind of sussy, Baka.
Yeah, and, like, it gets to a point where, like, last episode, it's suspicious since this point that she is actually a traitor, and she is, but not by choice. It's because
Classic.
her country actually
No, I need Gao still.
took children hostage, orphans. And she's like, my parents always funded orphanages.
It's always the orphanages that are like
Yeah,
raising assassins.
she's not an orphan. And she's like,
You. Yippee. Yeah, but just enough so that the Pope goes, oh no, she tried. Disgusting. Despicable. Then you don't understand organized religion. I saw it with me eyes. Why were the eyes loaded in before the bats did? What the hell? No healers. Not the corpses. You can't let people rest in peace, Yuri. Yuri. Vamos. That's not a pointed statement. Yes. That's called a false idol ball. Well, I mean, there's this thought process that, well, it's the voice of my god, so. At some point, you gotta stop being the teacher, man. Then again, Mr. Freeman never did, so good for him, I guess. Just doesn't know. He considers himself to be just a bumpkin, right? Like, he doesn't really want to do all that stuff, and that's probably why he refuses to acknowledge that he's that good. Nah, I'm just a teacher. Yeah.
He's like, I'm looking forward to what that old bumpkin, country bumpkin, can do because when he becomes an actual master,
I think I know where I'm supposed to go with this.
So the dad has already seen.
All the keys.
He already sees what he can do, and is like, he's down on himself, and
I still don't have enough keys. No! I just need 2 more! And then the treasures are all mine! Okay. Oh. Yeah. I know. You mentioned, you said, you spoke. Oh no, sorry, these bastards. All this thing. We could stand? That's not how that works. You have to get hit by the arrow if you want to stand. Or, alternatively, you can find a piece of cheese. That's not a stand. No, it's a persona. Well, except personas don't carry damage back. And are not named after music. I might be a little strong. You okay, darling? True and real. No, I don't have any keys. Can I make keys, actually? Well then, I'll take 8 of those, and I can't make any of those. Okay. Oh, gosh. No. At least Gal's gonna give us the love. Give me the love, old man. Don't leaving me behind. I don't know what that means. I just heard you go, whoa. What if there's a max level in this game? I don't think you would know. That wasn't really an answer, but yeah, okay. That's not really an answer, but okay. Hey, the girls are here! Things like this... What does that mean? You two are confusing Anulis. What exactly happened? Felt a strong magical force. We chased it back to this place. A strong force? Nothing has felt out of the ordinary, but all of a sudden their concentration of magic here felt like it increased. It's a tremendous force. Same level as the two of us, and we're strong enough to be known as witches. Does that mean... Oh, so she's a witch? That can't be right. Be the power of the Anubis system. So you use abilities to quest another magic, you fly around here and there, firing off various spells. Would you like to work for the guild? Uh-huh. Be ashamed to let your skills waste away here. You got my seal of approval. It's not that I don't understand the field, but she just arrived here. Suddenly thrust her into the guild world would be a bit much. Why aren't they calling her Lilica anymore? She's assumed this new identity as Anulis. Bakery. No. Let's check out the guild, shall we? What the heck? You should change your tune quick. You haven't eaten the bread, that's why. It'd be nice to get along with your friends. There's a nice person. That's a good thought process for your partners, by the way. Seeing the people that they like respectfully, instead of being jealous. Some people are jealous about their friends, their partner's friends, and that's kind of toxic. If it gets too far. I think jealousy is kind of hard to control, right? But yeah. If it gets to the point where you like hide away from their friends, you never want to see them, and then you hide away your partner from their friends, that's kind of that's toxic. Been there, done that. I'm happy I don't have to deal with that again. Okay, hello everybody. A lot better now. Welcome to the Adventures Guild. Come on, we got way too many onlookers. We're not onlookers. Everyone here is a member of the guild. Even Poland's here. If you're going to say that, isn't it quite rare for Kai to join us? I just came to see what she really looked like. She drove that guy to such crazy lengths after all. It wasn't about the looks, my dude. At least I don't think so. Well, the beauty like her doesn't make sense. Big brother, you give in so easily when it involves a woman. Yeah, someone smack him. Do you want to introduce yourself? Lily? No, it's Anulis. Okay, she's chosen Anulis. Only shouting like that. What are you, an idiot? True. Anulis is good at magic. What should we put her in charge of? You make everyone's meals, like, right? Including mine. Do you need any assistance? That's true. With our numbers slowly increasing, it's getting a bit difficult to eat. Even a pipsqueak like Kai eats more than you'd expect. It's because you guys boss me around all the time that I consume so much fuel. Now, we need someone in charge of cooking, yeah? Immediately, Carol's gonna be like, no. Anything but cooking. Leave the cooking to me. Despite appearances, I consider it my strong point. You are, in fact, incorrect. If that's your strong point, yikes. They're all falling for it. They think beautiful women all know how to cook. They haven't watched enough anime or played enough video games. It won't be long before she's replaced. Yikes. In the meantime, we'll have to handle our own meals. We're gonna come back to the bar one day. Everybody's gonna be dead. I had to retract my previous statement. Oh, she's good at cooking. I take it back then. That cursed bread was made by Lilica. Oof. Of course she's been... I'm a fool. How could I not see this coming? Good for her. Can I bring her into combat? Oh yeah, never mind, I got the blade. Super Ultimate Laser Blade Muramasa. Is this some sort of glowing stick? It's a sword. Do not touch it. Seems like this thing existed in this age too. There's all kinds of people here. Me too, I'm gonna work hard. Can you come with us or not? No, she can't come to fight. Too bad. I have the sword. We now have every weapon in the game. Bar none. It has trash damage. That's embarrassing, my dude. That's very quick, though. 10. It's not even like... Oh, but I can master it, though. Ooh, baby, never mind. I'm definitely gonna go fight some monsters to master this bad boy. Can I get some monsters? Hello, Geish. Don't be baby, summon monsters, please. Never mind, Geish don't want to summon monsters. We got the Masamune and the Muramasa. That's kind of lit, dude. I should bring a friend. Kuro. Alright, we'll go layer 1. Layer 1. I don't think it's gonna give us a Charon skill. That wouldn't really make much sense. We've already... Did we get all the Charon skills? Yeah, we did. I don't know what it's gonna give us. Yeah, show me how much that gave us, actually. Oh god, it's gonna take forever to level up. Less of the tree branch, but still. I know what I'm gonna do. Charon. How much do I need for... Swordsmith? Maybe we'll get a board out of it too. swap that out for the... What thing was it? This one. Get him all comments. Not the best idea. Yeah, that's good. How's this going now? Tell you what, it's not going fast. Might have to fight a boss with this thing. Yikes. Good on us for actually having, like, fatal blow equipped, I guess. Oh, that hit exactly nobody. Great. Stop blocking! I mean, we're killing something. No way they actually fought. If I have my spells, then I don't have to block every 5 seconds. It is going to take us a while. Stop interrupting my block. We could technically upgrade the Muramasa if we wanted. We almost had a cast there. Come on. I'm taking that auto block off. It's trash. I hate it. I despise it, actually. Where is it? Get it out of here. Oh, I have never had one of those yet. Let's go. Enhanced guard? It's already better. Alright, what are our abilities there? Enhanced guard? Perish. I told him. I did. Lord. Coins. Thunder and lightning rod. This instead. Magical power. Not really that important. Oh, okay. I want those keys. Need 2 more. No. It's red now? I think I should finish the S though. Oh, well, there you go. Fired. What do we get out of that, actually? Okay. If I wanted to upgrade stuff, it'd be great. I think we should before we go into the bottom boss again. I don't think we need to. Came from there. Yeah, I would have recommended you move, lads, but you didn't. This shell's kind of good. Keys, good, cool. Another one? speed, agility, defense power, defense power. No. I don't think Curl will be maxed out because it just doesn't seem to be how it works anymore. They just have a higher requirement every time. Oh, out of these guys. Has to be these guys. Please just slow, I guess. The Yeti's just been leaving me alone. This is fine. Look, if you want to stay there, I'm good for it. Yeah, kind of ridiculous. Oh, dude. Not the break Estraya. Oof. I'm almost sorry. If it wasn't for you being a pest the first time we met. Oh, runs right into her. What a Chad. Okay. Oh, that was a board, actually. I'll take that, actually. Ice Crash, Impaling Slash, Bubble Princess, Lollipop to Magic Broom. Keating, Agility Increase, Possession Skill, Angel to Regeneration. Most of those don't actually affect what I have. That's just an increase of 15 luck. Nice. Not a huge buff, but it's pretty good. No, I don't think Kuro will be maxed out, if I'm being honest. Nope. What's my sword looking like right now? Halfway there in one stage? Okay, not bad. I'm gonna save. We made that mistake before. Is it here? Yeah. Maybe this new Mokun has different gear. Buddy just has everything? Yeah, this guy just has everything. Literally anything you can make. That's funny. Oh, there's a reason for the wedding cake. The music's kind of cool. It's very vibes. Why not, right? What do you say? We need to find an enemy like a friend and friendship will go up. Thanks. Yeah, I've known this. Feels great by the window. Are we finally at the end? Yeah. It's a little bittersweet, ain't it? Attack power says 990. So what does it say 10 here? It doesn't say 10. Is it tied to the strength we have with our friends? No. Look, I worked hard for this one, so let's upgrade it. Spider web. Also haven't mastered yet, so. the current damage on this one? 2,700. Jesus Christ. Alright, Kuro. Do I need love? What a question. I have small metal on me too. Didn't realize. Should go a little faster now, right? Because yeah. Maybe it increases. Oh, maybe it's like a devil on it. This is the devil game. Maybe it increases every time you get a kill. That would make sense. It looked like it increased there. I'm very curious to see what it gets once we like actually gotten it like maxed out. Probably enhanced performance, magic crystal. I feel like it might have something different just because it's the last weapon that works so more fitted. Another one. Astroberry Jam for Valkyrie Strike. I want this just to see what that is. Ta-da! Oh, do they all apply at the same time? No, that's even better. No, forget Walker's video, dude. Cold blood tip attack, yeah. Or I get max S too, yeah, sure. Oh, that's a possession skill. I'll go to my skill list. Astroberry Jam. Those meteorites of fall, inflicting heavy damage over a wide area. Has the strongest firepower, okay. That's all you have to say, dude. Where's the hole? Oh, there's two doors there, one there. Yep. Too far. Literally just changed it. I don't think landing every hit on the last monster is that complicated. Most of its forms are pretty big. Yeah, the range is a lot better with Astroberry Jam. Valkyrie Strike. Besides getting all my get maxed out no matter what. Can't get more than that in terms of like speed. Can I? Not sure I want to use the key just yet. Oh, mine's here. You got it with the crystal one automatically there. Oh well. Okay. Not sure where I'm going anymore. I don't think I found the switch. Fully clear. God. Yeehaw. There's so many hits here. Battery? Does all that make sense? 1500. I'm gonna put the axe back on. It's currently better. It doesn't swing as fast. What the hell do I do with the battery? Oh. So it's supposed to be like... Unless... The light hurts a lot. Okay. We'll keep Muramasa. Which means I don't currently need the devil's left hand or... Definitely that. It's literally just gonna give you passive effect. Definitely a lot better. Like, actually game changing. Up and down. So like... Doesn't do as much break damage, but you know, to be expected, I suppose. What did I? First room had it? Never been here. Dude, again. Let's go. Earth attribute? No. Pointless. Oh, okay. Like that notification's getting in my way. Too bad. I feel like it is dying faster than before. We're hitting much more often than we were prior with the axe, the hammer, I think. For half the damage, instead of, it was like 2 or 2.5 times as fast. Let's try as new abilities go. Base it all off this fight. I'm like literally seeing no reason not to keep it. Nice. Nice. Again. Oh my goodness. We're gonna get more off of Kuro as well, so that's gonna be it, man. We're gonna go fight the final boss now. Get that true ending. To love. You can make a Valentine's cake. I'm gonna make one just in case we need it for like something in the ending. These ones here. No. But what about? Alright. Let's go pick a fight with some kind of deity. We're almost at upwards of 10k. I don't know if that's like a secret special ability. I feel like it does go up more, but I did level up to be fair, so. Oh, we don't have the teleport back button here. Where do we have the save point? Bring in a friend just in case. A little strange. see the boss in the distance too. The guy was in fact not with us. Hang on, maybe things will change here. Guess not. Alright, let's go. About to be a real menace. Do I have double effect active? I do have that. Coward. Why are you making this guy? This hit. It pierces through shield. There's only one of you left. Bam, 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 bam. Oh no, nice game show. You know what hurts a lot when you're big like that? Abilities that multi-hit but have a chance to miss. Oh dude, that's disgusting. Also, I think this is a it's weak to it. I only been getting cast in one before. They healed from that, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I'm great at those. Come on. We leveled up. Alright. We fought this thing last time? I think we'll level that off. Who you crossing? Two more forms. We are speed blitzing these guys. Might have been something that I missed.
think Anula's gonna be participating in the fight. It's hit. Not one of those weird guys. By weird guys, I mean the robots with the reflectability. It's like defensive or something. Oh my god. It's so gross! The amount of damage like this. That was just a regular Yeah. Those little light beams that we shoot do a load of damage, and that's why they're so gross when it comes to like being against a broken enemy, man. Okay, hang on. I got a little cocky, it's fine, it happens. I think our first order of this is going to be taking out more than hand. You know that. Oh yeah, the healing thing. wheel is not here, but good. Thomas is the one. Bright lights. Almost recorded.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That's exactly what I needed, actually. Now we're gonna use the system a little bit and use Drunken Fist for properly. Notification doesn't come on. Don't have to worry about that stuff. Here we go. Just hit all the main body. Alright, try. That's all that's left. She's not gonna do much. My left thumb is killing me.
Success, folks. I don't want to skip everything. I need to find that last. Like, a lot of these tracks are good, but that last boss fight, or the before last boss fight, probably my favorite track in the game. The vocals really pull it together, to be honest. So. I like the look over the land. It's like not all messed up. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Anulis is not here. Interesting. It really is the same cutscene until we get to the last bit. Eh? Like the galaxy armor, the laser sword, and then just a sword. It would have been a crystal shield if we picked the best one, I guess, but we didn't. Turn to Elysium Rispodar. Because they didn't even know. Well, not anymore. There's nothing happier now. You don't talk to everybody now. Everybody's going on up now. Yep. Yep. People already fighting. It's like farewell to the light itself. I did the exact same thing earlier, didn't do anything. Hospital, right? Alright, so there's not gonna be any new dialogue until we get home, I guess. I wonder if there's gonna be a new section though, because to get her out of the dream, something seems off here. I see fire, but there's no smoke. I feel overcome by intense drowsiness. Interesting. Wait, me too? Whoa, everybody's falling asleep. You again. This place, are we back in that dream world? I have a really bad feeling about this. Me too. Illusion and everlasting illusion. You again. A fiend of fog geist. Been waiting for this moment. Anulis? Moreover, an inch and I will kill her. I told you I would make you pay. Don't worry about me. Know your place. If your spiritual form is killed within a string, you'll never wake again. The soul itself will perish. Is a god really acting this cowardly? How long will you brandish your weapon at me? You don't seem to understand your position. Please, I'm fine, so just much better. Oh, I guess we died. Nothing I can do here. In my true form, I could easily erase your pathetic existences, but after the way you ridiculed me, I deserve at least this much entertainment. Yes. That, it's time to add the finishing touches. Do you know the best way to finish off a weakened spirit? Don't do it. Please stop. He'll kill her. He unexisted her. Oh! Sorry, even at the very end, I've just been a burden. I was hoping to repay you someday. I really thought I'd be able to. I don't have much time, so at least let me thank you. Yikes! You freed me from a life being used by a machine. Thank you for always cherishing me. Seems I'm always asking you for favors, but will you hear my last request? Please, don't lose. Don't let this guy kill us. I mean, you're dead. He doesn't have any leverage anymore. He thinks he's won, but he's just stand back up. That was enough to break him. How boring. You're not even worth killing my true form. Just stay there and walk away. It's the end of the line. What is this presence? Oh, no, he's mad. The ribbon's back. You look like... What is this anger? I've never seen you get angry. His power is unfathomable. It's true, we've never been angry. I sense I must go all out against him. I'll reduce you to cinders. I don't remember seeing this one before. We don't have, like, the information for our origins. So that kind of makes sense. Get a little bit you don't have nearly enough HP for the last one. You're just a god compared to the god of gods we fought earlier. Am I not taking any damage at all? We're not taking any damage. Just invincible. Pissed off. Just a free beatdown. Wrapping up our loose ends. Managed to return, but I know this is still asleep. Can't find the words. I don't know what to say to him. What? Is that her? The ribbon, right? Yeah! No way! We're still just human. Nothing special about us. Am I alive? Yup. Is this a miracle? Yup. I'm alive. So I thought I was done for. It's as if I was sucked into that ribbon. The ribbon, it would have been made at the same time as Anulus's original body. Whenever I use those possession techniques, the whole time, have I been possessing that ribbon? I can't believe that didn't occur to me, actually. Was it a vessel for spirits this whole time? Thank you. I felt your thoughts through that ribbon. Because Carolyn was the source of it, but Carolyn's a demon, right? I'm glad to be home. You're telling me. We don't have to worry about you dying now. The game's over. True ending. The land descended to Gaia, and the world became much more vast. We began interacting with the other lands, and unfamiliar clothes, food, and technology began to circulate throughout the world. I'm pretty sure they didn't say that earlier in the game, no, last time we did it. But even so, only a fraction of the world is covered by human lands. Most of Gaia remains completely uncharted. Now, in that uncharted world, there are even settlements of people. They escaped the threat of Gaia by their own means, and had lived on in Gaia. Oh, cool. A distress call came to us from one of those settlements, located just beyond what was once the western edge. Settlement is said to only allow women. Men are forbidden from entering. What the hell? With a team of only women, hurry to the site. What am I doing? What's happening? Go forth, my servants, from Malu's written request. What? Kuroshiro and Lulus, I guess, yeah. We're not your servants, I said it before. More importantly, didn't we agree that the party should be only women? Why are these two men with us? Aren't the two of them just going to escort us to the site? After that, we'll be on our own. I'm sure there'll be a huge uproar even if we leave the men outside. I mean, we could give him the earrings, and then you could wear the... it's a bit worrying to let a group of women go off on their own. No. Is the child Shiro? Or, yeah, okay, yeah. Why are you calling the child? I'm not even in armor. Hey, are you forgetting something? We gotta wait for everyone to get in there. Huh? God, with a figure like that, it's going to be pretty hard to pass yourself off as a woman. The earrings. Wait, you're not thinking of... Attaboy, Kairon, you picking up what I'm putting down. Saying I can use the Pipsqueak's earrings to transform into a woman. There's no way of giving them to you that easily. You're way too quick to grow up yourself. And you, my man, can go and drag. Is he really going to do that in front of her? Drag? She's the one more likely to understand what that means. Never mind, it's nothing. Idiot. So much I still don't know. There are some things that you don't need to know. Anyway, it's some distance to the site. We can decide when we're closer. You're right. In fact, we haven't set foot outside the land yet. Let's get going, yeah? There's a whole new world right there. Yeah! Can't believe the day has come. We're able to go on an adventure together. It's going to be fun. I'm outside of armor for some reason. Our adventure is just beginning. With no demons, what are we going to fight? To the new world? Let's go to the new world to new adventures. Thus, one story ends and a new story begins. I will give this game a 9 out of 10. No, you know what? The only mistake we had with this game is that I was bad at it. So 10 out of 10. There's so much to do in this game. It's really good. You know, I hesitate to give it a perfect 10. I'll give it 9.5. But I did just finish it. So, yeah, that was a really, really fun game. Once I understood what the soft cap was, very good. Just fantastic. Long game, too. Was this 55 or 50 hours? Just a guy. Why don't you come in here? Yeah, it's Kai meets his girlfriend. Long time. Very cute ending. Very heart-touching this game's been throughout the entirety of it. Thank you for playing. And then we should see the scene where Kairon extra story they're playing. The answer you're getting in the next story. Is there more? I don't think this game has more. Yeah, there's the Kairon bit. Good lord, I need to see if these devs developed another game. They have to have put so much time into this, like so much time. And yeah, the sacrifice of Astria is another powerful ending there. So now the gods are pretty much all gone. All the stories are at an end. They're very good at drawing these like very nice vistas in the background that like all in all have nothing, but they like no really, I wouldn't say no storytelling, but like no true huge details, just a lot of like, holy crap, that's a big spider. What the hell? I just saw it in the dark. It's like a shape. Oof. Okay, that's going to be all in and all it for Astlibra Revision. I thank everyone who came by for this playthrough. Thank you, Liam, for picking this game. You've again selected a banger. Honestly, as I keep saying, games that you guys pick are bangers, so keep them coming. We have one more game on our queue this year. It is Wild Arms that we will be playing starting once again Monday, and hope you folks are looking forward to that. Remember, we're raising funds for ExtraLife. You can donate by going to the ExtraLife link by typing in !ExtraLife into the Twitch chat. And yeah, peace out, folks.
I wouldn't ask you to treat me kind. Wouldn't